Hi boys, welcome back. This is me, your Shravani Miss, and today I am back to you with the second lecture on past perfect tense. Boys, I hope all of you have learned very well the first lecture and you have learned the definitions and also the examples. So today I am going to do some uses and exercise on past perfect tense. I hope you are going to enjoy this lecture also. So take out your necessary accessories for the class and write each and everything in your CW copy. Okay, and boys, before starting the class, I would like to request all of you, please subscribe my channel. Okay, subscription is not so difficult one. You just need to give your email ID and password for subscription. Okay, so boys, get ready for the class. So here I have written, we use the past perfect to talk about a situation or activity that was complete before another past situation or activity. That indicates that there would be two situations in the past, and the before situation would be the past perfect tense and the after or later situation would be the past indefinite tense. So there would be two situations in a past perfect tense, and we use the past perfect to talk about a situation or activity that was complete before another past situation or activity. That means there would be always two situations or two actions in the past perfect tense. Okay, so the examples are, Susie had already left home when Mike arrived. So there you can see there was two actions. There were two actions. First one is Susie had already left home and another is Mike arrived. So there were two actions. So when we were going to talk about two actions in the past, you have to use the past perfect tense, and the before action, that means Susie had already left. This is the before action, that's why I have used here had, and the after action will be in the past indefinite tense. Okay, so the explanation is there are two events and both happened in the past. So you can see Susie had already left home when Mike arrived home. So this is Susie and this is Mike. So Susie had already left home, that means Susie had left home before and then Mike arrived. So if there were two actions in the past tense, you have to use the past perfect tense, and the before action, that means Susie had already left home, that is the before action. That's why I have used here past perfect tense, that means had, and the after action, Mike arrived home, you know arrived is in the past indefinite tense. So the before action will be in the past perfect tense and the later action or after action will be the past indefinite tense. Okay, so you have to remember that in the past there would be two actions, and before action will be the past perfect tense and the later action will be in the past indefinite tense. Okay, there will be always sequence of two actions. Okay, so this is another example for your better understanding, that is, she went to bed just after she had done her homework. You can see first she had done her homework, then she went to bed. So there are also two verbs. So the first or before action will be the past perfect tense and the later she went to bed will be in the past indefinite tense. Okay, then another example, it was her first travel. She had never traveled by plane before. So there are also two actions. So it was her first travel and she had never traveled by plane before. Okay, so this is also indicates the past perfect tense, and you are going to follow these rules because you have to remember that always there will be two actions and one action will be in the past perfect tense and the later action will be in the past infinite tense. Okay, so these are the examples of the first use. Okay, then second, boys, another thing I want to say, actually it's difficult to draw the picture. You need not draw the picture, just write the examples, that means write the sentences. Okay, so write the sentences in your copy. Now I am going for use 2. Okay, past perfect. We use the past perfect to talk about a situation or activity that was complete before a particular time in the past. So that means there would be a particular time in the past, and when there would be two words and one verb or any work would be finished in a particular time in the past, you have to use the past perfect tense. Okay, so if any work was finished in a particular time in the past, you have to use the past perfect tense. Okay, so the example is at 10 o'clock they had already begun their yoga lesson. So you can see there is a particular time, 10 o'clock, that's why you have to use here a past perfect tense. Okay, so at 10 o'clock indicates a particular time. You have to remember that if any work finished at a particular time in the past, you have to use the past perfect tense. Okay, then another example, on the 20th July I would worked I had worked here for 3 months. Okay, so you can see the time is a particular time. So if you are going to talk about a particular time in the past, you have to use the past perfect tense. Boys, am I clear to you? If I am not clear to you, please ask me in the comment section. So I am repeating again. The use is, we use the past perfect to talk about a situation or activity that was complete before a particular time in the past. Okay, so if you are going to talk about a particular time in the past, you have to use the past perfect tense. So these are the examples. At the first one I have told you that at 10 o'clock, and in the second one on the 20th July. Okay, so these are the particular times. If you are going to talk about a particular time, you have to use the past perfect tense. Okay, then number 3, past perfect. In the third conditional, the past perfect is usually used to express imagined conditions. So if you are going to express any imagined conditions, you have to use the past perfect tense. The examples are, if I had known you were ill, I would have visited you. So this is an imagined condition because I didn't know you were ill, so I didn't visit you. Okay, so this is an imagined condition. Actually, if I had known you were ill, I would have visited you. So this is an imagination. So if you imagine something, you have to use the past perfect tense. Okay, then the second one, if she hadn't studied hard, she wouldn't have got a so good mark in the test. This is also an imagining situation because she studied hard, so she got a good mark in the test. So if she hadn't studied hard, this indicates an imagination. Okay, so if you are going to talk about an imaginating situation, you have to use the past perfect tense. Okay, boys, learn the examples very clearly. Then number 4, the past perfect with wish or if only expresses our dissatisfaction with the past. Okay, so you have to remember that the past perfect with wish or if only expresses our dissatisfaction with the past. Okay, that means it indicates an frustrating situation. The examples are, he wishes he had worked harder when he was at school. So the explanation will be, he didn't work hard when he was at school. So this is a frustrating situation because he wishes he had worked harder, but actually he didn't work hard. Okay, so this is all actually a frustrating situation because as he didn't work hard, he couldn't shine in life. Okay, then number 2 example, Mary wishes she hadn't been ill last weekend. So Mary actually wishes that she hadn't been ill, but actually Mary was ill. So this is also a frustrating situation. So boys, learn all these examples. You can't draw these pictures, I know, but you can write the examples in the CW copy. Okay, then number 5, if we talk about how many times something happened in a period after a particular past time, we use the past perfect. So if you talk about how many times something happened, you are going to use the past perfect. Okay, examples. Number 1, he had been twice in London by the time he was 20. So you can see I have written here twice. So how many times? Twice. So if you are talking about how many times in the past, you have to use the past perfect tense. Okay. Then number 2, she had already written 3 books. How many books? 3 books. And she was working on another one. So boys, you can see I have talked about here about 3 books. That means how many books. That's why if you are talking about how many times or how many things in the past, you have to use the past perfect tense. So learn all the uses very well, boys. And another one, that is 6, we use the past perfect to explain or give a reason for something in the past. So if you are talking about a reason or explaining something in the past, you have to use the past perfect tense. Okay. Examples. Elizabeth jumped with happiness because she had won the tennis match. So boys, you can see why Elizabeth jumped with happiness, because she had won the tennis match. So this is about our reason. You can see there is written about our reason. That's why if you are talking about a reason in the past, you are going to use the past perfect tense. Okay. Now the last example, that is, she was late for school. She had forgotten to set her alarm clock. Clock. Okay. So she was late for school. Why? Because she had forgotten to set her alarm clock. Okay. So as you can see, this is also a reason. She was late because she had forgotten to set her alarm clock. So boys, you have to learn all of the uses very nicely and very clearly, and I would like to say that write all of the examples and first write the use, then write the examples. Okay. And don't need to draw the pictures. You can draw it. You can't draw it, I know. So that's why you just write the uses and also the examples. So boys, today I'm going to give you some exercises so that you can practice it, and I think this is enough for today. I hope you are going to enjoy this lecture and you are going to practice a lot at home, and I will upload the pictures of your HW in my post. So I hope you are going to do it very well. And before doing the HW, I would like to request you, boys, please learn the examples, uses, and also the definitions first, then do the exercises. Okay. So boys, that's all for today. Thank you for watching my class, and thank you for being with me, supporting me, and thank you to everyone. Okay. So boys, let's finish our class today. Stay safe and healthy. Thank you very much.